So I'm gonna go over some things that I'm not crazy about with this car. And it's not even stuff that I necessarily hate. It's just kind of things that need fixed on it that we're gonna get around to here that are kind of annoying me. The check engine light keeps coming on and off for the EGR. So I'm gonna give it a little tappy tap here. See, give it a little tappy tap. See if maybe the valve's just getting stuck open. But the shop that rebuilt the transmission obviously didn't torque something down because it's leaking a little bit of fluid here. That's power steering fluid from the green $1,000 Mustang. That's not trans fluid, just a little bit on here, luckily, but I'm gonna have to climb under it and see. Maybe they didn't tighten the pan down or one of the lines or something. But yeah, like I said, these EGR valves keep throwing a code, and I want to delete them here eventually, but I'm pretty finicky, so I don't want to delete them until I get the computer tuned, because I don't want to end up with the check engine light on. And then I guess my buddy was saying that there's some kind of air pump inside the intake. If you delete that too, and then the rear O2 sensors, you can do it all at once, and it'll give it a little bit more power, and it'll run better and be more efficient. But yeah, that's probably my biggest pet peeve, is just that 90s emissions crap, you know. Or global warming. The flag hung in the garage here. That's gonna be the #1 thing. And then #2 is this driver's window. I swear, all these cars have issues with the windows. I hate this design. It's like the 90s, early 2000s, and I get it, you have to have it like that for the T-tops or the convertibles, but how they have it's just the window sticks straight up out the door. There's no frame around it, so all these windows end up going bad, and they come off track, and then they make a bunch of noise and rattle. So I'm gonna have to fix that here. I haven't really had time to do anything with the car yet. I kind of just been driving it around since I got it back from the transmission shop. So there's definitely some stuff that I have to go over. But #3 that's really kind of getting on my nerves is, if you see down here, the cooling fan is on a switch, which I guess every one of these cars has issues with it, because there's no actual grill, and it's just the way that they're designed that the engines just end up getting hot in the engine bay. So everyone puts them on a switch. Yeah, if you forget to turn it on at idle, the car will get hot. Or when you get out, if you forget to turn it off, which I did already once. Luckily, I was at work though and had a jump pack. The battery ended up dying on me. #4 thing is that these struts are blown out. So I have to get like a stick or something to hold up the 200-pound hatch. And I already had to replace the fuel pump on it, and I cut it. I did the little trap door hack. Tried to cut it the best I could too. I'm sorry guys, but I wasn't dropping the axle and the entire tank and everything down just to do the fuel pump, which I'm probably gonna end up having to do again if I decide to run boost or anything. I'm gonna have to put a high flow one on it. And the AC doesn't work, which it sounds like it's holding pressure. So hopefully it just needs charged, but that's what everyone always says, is it just needs charged. Yeah, you can see here that the check engine light's still on, and then the low coolant light's on, which the coolant's not actually low on the car. It just, there's a feed tube for the radiator on these cars, and mine is disconnected, and the feed tube, there's like a float in it, and that tells you the coolant level. So it's disconnected, and then the radiator's plugged. I gotta figure out a way to get rid of that light as well. I know some people, they're just kind of cool with driving around with warning lights on their dash, but I'm not one of those people. Even though I know that it's all right, and I know that there's not any issues with it, it still kind of makes me uneasy. Everything that's wrong with this car, and it's what's going on with it, is very, very common with these cars. Pretty much everyone that I've talked to, or every video I've watched, or everyone that I know that's had one in the past or has It's all stuff that's easily fixable, like the crack dash. You know, they sell the dash pad for like 200 bucks. I'm gonna get one of them here soon. Going tonight to get some BMR 1 3/4 lowering springs. So if any of you guys are running them, definitely let me know in the comments below what they're like, if they ride decent, or if they're, you know, like riding on a brick. I've always had the H&R ones or the iBox, so, but someone has a set of them. They're basically like brand new on Marketplace for 100 bucks, and it's right down the street from where I live, so we're gonna go grab them. Hopefully I can get them on here. With Easter this weekend, it's not gonna happen, but hopefully, you know, next weekend or the week after, and then try to get a nice wheel and tire set up before, like I said, we're going to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee for the spring rod run here, April 18th. So I want to try to at least get the car pretty much, get everything, the little issues fixed, and then get, you know, at least some springs and some wheels to get it looking good before riding down there. I'm kind of nervous too. It's like a 7.5 hour drive, and like I said, we're driving the Camaro down there, so hopefully, you know, it holds up the whole way down and back. Fun though, that's what it's about, right? So yeah, I definitely have big plans for the car. Like I said, I think that this is definitely the one that I'm gonna keep for a couple years. I've been looking for, you know, a year or two now for a car that I actually enjoy, that I like. I like the way it looks, I like the way it drives, I like the way it feels. I thought that that black Mustang was gonna be it, but I bought that car, and like I said, that New Edge convertible, I absolutely hated it. I don't know, it wasn't me. It just didn't feel right. I didn't fit in it right. It rode and drove terrible. It was, you know, felt like it was gonna rattle apart on every single bump. On the other hand, this thing, for being a 30-year-old car, it almost drives like it's like a modern car. You guys that have been watching the channel, I'm definitely super grateful for. Everyone that's subscribed to the channel, that's been commenting and following along on all the builds here, definitely thank you. That's what, you know, gets the videos pushed out, is the engagement. See you guys on the next one. I'm gonna try to put videos out here now that it's nice out every Wednesday, so definitely look forward to them.